we're going to talk a little bit about layering our artwork. And in doing that, I'm going to teach you the background technique, the negative stencil technique, and the negative drawing. So very first thing, I'm going to use a sponge for this. You can use any tool. If you saw the other video, I used a brayer, or you could use a sponge, a paintbrush, cork, pretty much any type of tool that applies paint. It's also really important to make sure you've pre-labeled your first name, last name, and teacher code on your papers. This is a Baron. I'm rubbing it over very gently. I'm not pushing too hard, otherwise my paint will go all over the place. I then peel my print. Now, I got it a little smudgy and it went in there a little bit, so not all the paint came out. That's okay. I'm going to try my ghost print. I'm going to lay it down here on the bottom. I'm going to rub it really good. Okay. And pull that. That one looks a lot better. I'm going to set the Gelli plate aside while my friend washes it. And I'm going to use another Gelli plate for the time being. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try our negative stencil technique. I'm going to use a brayer for this. Whoops! It's best if you hold your Gelli plate in place while you rub or roll the brayer. Okay. The brayer is simply a roller that has paint on it. Going in one direction works a lot better. Okay. I put this aside and I'm going to lay some hearts down. And if my hearts go off of the paper a little bit, that is okay. And that looks good. Now, because we're doing a layering technique, I take that print that I did before, that is the yellow background, I lay it on top, and I just rub. Again, I could use the Baron, I could use my fingers, a wooden spoon, or a roller. I then pull my print, and look at that. I put my print aside to dry for a little bit. I take my ghost print, the one that I already started on, I lay it right over top, or if I wanted to, I could do it in a different place, maybe make some sort of fun picture. That's up to you. I pull this, and again I'm going to give it to my friend to wash off my Gelli plate with hand sanitizer while I do the next technique for layering. Now that I have a clean Gelli plate, I can apply my paint however I wish. Here I'm using a cork. I can use anything. Let's see. I'm going to try the paintbrush. Yeah, I think the paintbrush will make it go on a little bit quicker. So that way you're not waiting forever for me to get finished. I find a bigger paintbrush, a fatter, wider paintbrush is best to use. Also the flat paintbrush, notice how they have a flat end, not a round paintbrush, seem to work a little bit better. Next, I take another paintbrush and I'm going to use the butt of my paintbrush, not the head, not the hairy side, but the butt. And I'm going to draw some designs. I can rub that off. And these designs are negative designs because there's not actually anything inside of them. I'm doing little squiggly lines and some hearts or flowers. Okay, and I say that's about done for that. I'm just going to use a rag or a baby wipe for my hands. Not a big deal. I now take that print that I've been working on. I lay it over top. And this time I'm going to use my roller. Again, my roller is just a brayer that doesn't have paint on it. If you get a little bit of paint on the back of your artwork, it's okay. You're not going to die, I promise you. Then I pull my print. That just means I'm peeling it away. And look at all those colors and how they mix. Now I use primary colors, so it's kind of neat to see how they mix together. Again, I need to use my ghost print. Put that right over top. And rub-a-dub-dub. And pull that. And I can always let this dry and then cut this if I would like to.